to send Storm off here. I'm just going to point, step, swing the rope toward his shoulder, and then I'm going to release as soon as he moves over. Just any little step is fine at first. So I'm going to go really slow with him here. I had tried to round pen him previously before I shot this video, and he just ran around and didn't want to pay attention to my cues, was afraid of my whip, and just ran off and just ignored everything. So going really slow here. I really want him to learn my body language so he can transition over to being round pen. It didn't help that this round pen in particular is really small, so he didn't really have a whole lot of room to move around since he is 17 hands and he's a big guy. I want to give you a little backstory because I thought he had a lot more groundwork than he did have, and so this is just reinforcing again why I do all the groundwork exercises before I throw them in the round pen loose and do the round penning. I should do all the groundwork first before I just round pen him. And it works for some trainers, but I like doing this better for me. So I'm just going to point up. I'm going to take a step toward his shoulder, his opposite shoulder. Here I'm getting after him a little bit. He's way too close to me. I don't want to freak him out though, so that's why I'm raising my hands up and just kind of getting after his belly to move him out of my space. So I'm going to yield him. I'm going to bend the way, slide my hand down, step, swing, and keep going until he takes that inside hind leg over his outside hind leg. There he goes. And he's thinking about that, look at his lips. He was a little confused here. I don't think he'd been lunged well in the past. He seemed like he could go on the lunge line and just kind of run around and not really pay attention. So really, lunging's not about exercising, it's about him paying attention to my cues and learning cues that he will later use under saddle, and about balancing him out and thinking about what I want him to do. And I'm going to instantly desensitize him right after that. So he's kind of flinching from the rope here, so I'm going to keep going. There he goes. When he stops flinching, I'll stop throwing the rope. Okay, so I'm going to point. Have him get out of my space here. I really don't want to move my feet too much. I want him to do most of the moving. But I also want to be safe here and not have him get too close to me and run me over. So slide my hand down, take a step, swing toward his hindquarters. He's not real graceful right there, but moved over. He's all legs, so he's not the most coordinated horse. I'm gonna run in there, desensitize him. He's a lazier type horse, but from what I saw in the round pen, I really want to do a lot of desensitizing. And so I would do, every time I lunge him, I go in there and desensitize him. I really want him to get used to and comfortable with my tools. So here's kind of facing in, that's fine. I'm going to allow him to do that a little bit more and walk bent like he is right now, because when I was round penning him, he did not want to come into me at all. He yielded his hindquarters. He doesn't have to step across right away. I just want him to yield and straighten to me. And I want his hindquarters over, off to the side pointing at me. I'd rather he take the crossover step over, but it's okay in the beginning if he doesn't. His hindquarters, slide, step, swing the rope. There he crosses over, and I'll go in there and just desensitize him. See, he's kind of jumpy right there. It's perfect. I'm just bouncing him out. When he stops flinching, I stop and I rub him. I like to step back out in front of him, give him a moment, and then send him off wherever way I feel he needs to go. This just gets me out of his personal space, as I don't want him to run over me. I want to maintain a few feet between us. There, he's starting to learn my body language. I bent over and he decided to yield his hindquarters, so he's making progress already. Point. Step. Move him out of there. I didn't want to step into him because he was way too close to me, so I just used the end of my rope to really bump at him. When they step into your space, you need to use as much pressure as you need to get him out of there, because it becomes dangerous for you. I'm just going to gently send him off a little bit, because I want him to bend and look at me. So I don't want to punish him for it, but I don't want him to come in either. That was good. And point, step toward his opposite shoulder, swing, and release. Eventually, I'm not going to step toward his opposite shoulder. Right now, I'm doing it just to open a door for him to go, in that example, to my left. There he moved, and I just desensitized him until he stopped moving. I've been back up. I really don't want him to follow me here. I really want him to just stand so I can create a bit of a distance. I can back him up. I don't want to back him up every single time because then he'll get in the habit of it, but I want to sometimes. See, he's already getting the hang of it, so he was already moving when I pointed. Slide my hand down, step, swing. This is the part he didn't really get. There he goes. And send him off the other way. He's getting it now, and I just started really slow, moving his body back and forth. He's fairly bent on the circle. He kind of tends to want to push his shoulders out, and his shoulders kind of leave, and his hip points into me. But not too bad. Pretty balanced horse. I'm going to pull on his head there when I was yielding his hindquarters, kind of get him thinking about it, because he was just thinking about walking around. That's this problem when he was round penning. He just goes, and then that was it. Wait for him here. Want him to go the other way. Step toward that shoulder, help him out. And he's pointing his hip toward me. That's why I'm yielding him so quickly after I send him off. It's just going to take repetition. I really want to bump on his head lightly and really get after his hindquarters and smack them, because I don't want to pull on his face to pull his front end toward me, because ideally I want him on the circle, his front feet stay on the circle, and his hind end moves over and he faces me. I don't want those front feet coming into my space. Like that. That was good. All right.